Welcome back to Marketing Champions. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host here on Daily Ad Brief, and we're talking about marketing around the country with great marketers. And today we're going to focus on a little bit of video with Nick Shackelford from Konstant Kreative out of California. Nick, welcome to the conversation today.
Thank you so much for having me. This is probably my most favorite topic to talk about because it's so prevalent, especially as we're building up for that Q4 moment.
Exactly. Having video is incredibly important for companies to get their message out. People's attention spans in general is great to speak through video, but also it's a really great way for companies to get creative. And it seems that you do a lot of that with your clients.
Absolutely. I mean, on average, what we're looking at is between 150 to 350 new edits of videos a month. And it's something that at that volume, you're going to learn a lot of stuff. That's for sure.
That is a fantastic number, and it really is great that that type of activity is happening. So tell us about how the process starts with the clients, and what is the goal and focus when you're working with them.
Well, so the problem that most brand owners, or I would say marketers, agencies, anyone that's trying to create more content or make more ads, is understanding like the key element, performance creative that's not just meant to look great, but actually drive revenue, make some money for you guys. That's the really key piece about this stuff. And that is you have 2 to 3 seconds max to increase them to continue to watch it and to make sure that they're convinced that they probably need that in that little product, which right before we went live, you said, hey, I was scrolling through a couple of videos. I actually stopped on one of these bug lanterns and it caught my eye. It's because if you're showcasing the benefits, if you're showcasing what your life was potentially like before, and now that you have that product or device or service, that's what needs to be highlighted and a little bit dramatized just to make sure that people kind of stop and look at it. You remember the old-fashioned as seen on TV ads? Now, I don't want to go that gimmicky, but there's a reason why they were so successful and they built so many products is because it kept you interested, going like, interesting, I got to know more about that thing.
The timing is very important. That first 3 seconds you said is really important to catch people's attention. And when you're speaking to people, when they have a problem that they need solved and they need to find a place to solve it, it is incredibly important to find that opportunity to do so. And when you have a video that comes on that really grabs your attention, you can really jump in and make a sale in the process. So let me ask you how you actually got started with video in the first place, because there's a lot of different venues of marketing you can go in, and you're really focusing really strongly on video right now.
So I'm an earlier entrepreneur. I've only been doing this for about 3 years, but I've been in marketing for just over 8. And as the team got bigger, the overall, the core focus, which is like doing full service marketing, was like the core focus for us there. We realized if we can't get talent, or if we can't get people to shoot content because maybe they can leave their home, or they needed a better, cheaper, faster option, but they couldn't find a marketing agency. That really is what came out of it, is finding these high-powered and incredible designers from the Ukraine, from the Philippines, from Middle America, from Canada, from Mexico. A lot of these high-quality, talented editors, designers, and creatives, honestly, that didn't have the ability to get more jobs within the United States or find jobs from around English-speaking countries. That's what drove it. It was interesting because we were shooting videos, making our own videos out here in California, and I go, well, we're not as accessible than I think that we are, but also there was this arbitrage of employing and hiring at a certain rate to offer something at $3.99 or $7.99. It's very difficult to make that work. So when we focused on editing, we had to actually focus on various regions that were high quality, wanted to have an opportunity for work, and were able to make cost effectiveness for the brands that use it, and as well as for us to support those that are making those edits and designs.
It's fantastic when you're able to find those providers that have a need for work and clients that have a need for content. And not only were you able to create some great video for your clients, but it really was great opportunity for these companies to be able to get the work, get the experience, provide it. And as I said, people that go to your website really are seeing some exceptional results for what you've developed and what they've produced.
And I hear you on that. This was the core focus, trying to make sure that people have the ability to kind of get into it. So I do know that this is a service that more people need to play with, and at least have an idea, because it's the one thing in this world, especially during the post iOS 14.5. Now we're in iOS 15 for email side of things. The content never stops. Like you can change tactics, you can change position, you can change all sorts of things, but you still need to create angles. You still need to convince a consumer to take out the pocketbook. And a lot of that comes down towards content, and brand owners and businesses aren't necessarily privy to knowing where to get it or how to do it. And they can have the best ideas in the world, but if you can't convey that through a video or even at worst case an edited image, it's going to be very difficult to convince a consumer to. The way that we look at it for quite a while is we are all creating media, we're all creating content, and the way in which a business or a way in which a consumer interacts with the business is by buying that product, right? So I always use Red Bull as an experience, as an example as well. Red Bull sells this over-the-top crazy world experiences and travel and hardcoreness. They sell you a drink. They sell you a can. Yeah, they have different flavors, etc. But they're selling you on the media all over the thing, and you have to look at. You might be selling glasses, or you might be selling shoes, but you're creating an environment that a consumer is going like, I identify, that resonates with me. I want to be a part of it. So taking the content and thinking it through that lens, they're interacting and buying that physical product, but you're still having to create and distribute so much content, as I know you know so well.
It is a great way that you've kind of summarize that for people that are watching and for your clients, because it's very important content and very important to create that experience and feed into what your prospect and customers are feeling, and they can be part of the whole experience just through these videos. So we thank you so much for providing this information for us today, and thank you for all that you're doing with your clients. And thank you all for joining us today. This has really been a great conversation on video. Video is so important. If you've never heard this before, and I'm shocked if you've not heard it before, video is so important, and hopefully you are taking opportunities to provide video to your clients on your website, on your social media. What Nick has provided has really been some great information, and you can learn more on Daily Ad Brief as well. But go out and have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.